All right, qualifying is over. It's time to go racing. They're going to line them up with Byron Bartlett and Casey Pacala on the front row. Eddie Jones and Jackson McLean on the second row. Ricky Whitworth and Joseph Smith on the third row. Michael Whiting and Kevin Davis on the fourth row. Terry DeGay and Andrew Thornton rounding out the top 10. Ignacio Adams and Jason Blatt, 11th and 12th. 13th will be Ed Jones, Tyler Ziegler in 14th, Parker Burnt in 15th, Kyle Martin in 16th, and Fred Hool in 17th. And this might be the biggest field they've had so far. Looking forward to this race continuing, this series continuing its growth, as it looks like a ton of fun out there for everybody. Waiting on everybody to get gridded here. Looks like two drivers. Kyle Martin, we have not seen on track since practice. While we're waiting on him to get rolling, let's see if we can get a closer look at some of these cars. That is Byron Bartlett on the inside, Casey Pacala on the outside, Eddie Jones taken to the grid in the 51, Jackson McLean on the outside, Ricky Whitworth and Joseph Smith, Michael Whiting and Kevin Davis, Terry DeGay and Andrew Thornton in that flame-covered 31, Ignacio Adams and Jason Blatt, Tyler Ziegler. Something just happened with Michael Whiting as his car has disappeared. Not sure what has happened with Michael Whiting. He is not currently on track. Looks like it might be a blinking issue, and now he's got a blown motor already. That does not bode well for the start of this race. Looks like some internet issues from today continuing to be problematic for some of the drivers. "65 laps around this 1 mile oval. Out of turn 4, pace car drops in. Green flag is in the air. They're down and away. Michael Whiting has gone to pit road. Hopefully he'll be able to get repaired and get back out here. Meanwhile, they dive off into 1 and 2. And down the back straightaway through the dog leg, and Casey Pacala already clearing Byron Bartlett for the lead. And it is a mess back here, but you see it there. Joseph Smith on the move already. A little bobble coming off 4. He is pushing that car to its limit. He is now up to 4th after starting in 6th. Caution is out. Looks like Fred Hool involved. And, oh, just gets a little bit of a bump from the 84. Jason Blatt came down a little bit, and it looked like Fred Hool came up just a little bit. They both end up damaged, both on pit road. Casey Pacala still out front, and Joseph Smith is the man on the move right now. Started in 6th, up to 4th. Ed Jones started in 13th. He is up to 12th. Or 11th, excuse me, and Parker Burnt started in 15th. He is up to 12th. So a couple of drivers really starting to make their way towards the front already. Might see some top contenders in the field already. Fred Hool has come to pit road. Michael Whiting is on pit road. Jason Blatz is on pit road. Looks like Michael Whiting is going to roll off pit road now. A little bit of early chaos for the mods. Lights are out on the pace car. They will stack back up side by side, getting ready for the restart. Casey Pacella in the lead. Byron Bartlett in second. Eddie Jones is third. Joseph Smith is fourth. Jackson McLean is fifth. Kevin Davis is sixth. Ricky Wentworth is seventh. Terry Duguay is eighth. Ninth is Andrew Thornton, and Ignacio Adams in 10th. Joseph Smith did call his shot on this one. This is going to be his race to win, and he is going for it. Already picking up spots on the first lap. Let's see what he can do here. Pace car is in. Green flag back in the air. They are down and away. And it looks like we had a problem on the restart. And it looks like Fred Holt, there are several cars checked up. Let's see where this starts. Looks like Ed Jones has to get on the brake to not get into the 81. Andrew Thornton's right there, and everybody stacks up. You got to wonder if somebody was up at the front, just brake checked, and Tyler Ziegler goes around. Parker Burnt involved. Michael Whiting has had a tough run of luck here already. He right behind where this stack up is. Michael Whiting waits a second to get on the gas. He sees what's happened and still gets hit from behind. He is on pit road again. Several cars now on pit road. Michael Whiting has come back off pit road. Tyler Ziegler on pit road. And expect to see a few more. Kyle Martin manages to stay out. Jason Blatz is still out. Michael Whiting is back out. Fred Hool, Ed Jones. Let's take a quick look at Ed's car. He took a pretty hard hit. It hasn't come to pit road though. Car doesn't look too terribly bad. Joseph Smith didn't have enough time to pick up his spots here. Should get 1 to green this time by. Yes, indeed. 1 to green. Casey Pacella out front. Byron Bartlett in second. Eddie Jones in third. Joseph Smith in fourth. Jackson McLean in fifth. Ricky Wentworth in sixth. Terry Duguay in seventh. Andrew Thornton is eighth. Ignacio Adams is ninth. And Parker Burnt is 10th. All right, here they come out of 3 and 4. The pace car will drop off. They'll get the green flag from Barney the Flagman, who has his own Twitter account, which is hilarious, by the way. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air. They're down and away. Byron Bartlett going to try and lead them down. Joseph Smith already trying to make a move on the high side. Byron Bartlett trying to get by Casey Pacella here. Joseph Smith couldn't do anything quite yet. Down the back straightaway. Through the dog leg. Are they going to try a 3 wide? Oh! Looks like there was a little net code there that sent Joseph Smith around. Everybody checks up. They keep under green, but what a close call. What a great save by Joseph Smith. Ignacio Adams has crashed and brought out the caution, and Joseph Smith was definitely glad to see that. As Ignacio gets turned around, and it looks like a rough start for Ignacio. And that was Kevin Davis that got together with Ignacio. Casey Pacella under green turned the fastest lap of the race so far. And that would be the lap that managed to hold on to the lead, but Byron Bartlett out there is extremely fast. He was looking for the pass on the high side. Everybody trying to get lined out here. Jason Blatz gets the lucky dog. He is on his way back around. Should get 1 to green this time by. Parker Burt has picked up the most spots so far. He started in 15th. He is now up to 6th place. And after that amazing save, Joseph Smith has managed to pick up a couple of spots. He's currently in 7th. And it looks like Kevin Davis might have stopped on track briefly. Looks like he might have gotten the EOL. Ricky Wentworth has also gone to pit road. So move Kevin Davis to the tail end of the field, and Ricky Wentworth is currently on pit road. Looks like he might be done. Now they'll get the 1 to green. And they start to line back up side by side for the restart. Already have 2 or 3 cars out of the 2 cars out of the battle so far. Michael Whiting is out. Ricky Wentworth also out of the race. 15 cars still on track. 13 on the lead lap. Based on the races we've seen the last couple of weeks out of this league, expect this to go green from here. It would not be the least bit surprising to see the rest of this race go green flag. And probably a whole lot of side-by-side action for the remainder of the battle. Pace car about to drop off. There goes the pace car. Casey Pacella will lead him down. Green flag back in the air. And Casey manages to clear everybody into turn 1. A little bit of 3 wide back behind, as it looks like Terry Duguay lost a couple of spots on the restart. Now trying to fight his way back up through the field. And here comes Kevin Davis looking for a way around. He has got a lot of momentum. Down on the bottom, he's going to try and pick off 2 cars going into turn 1. He's got the run into 1. Up front, Casey Pekela just outdid his previous fast lap. Still has the fastest lap on track. Byron Bartlett in second. Eddie Jones in third. Joseph Smith mired in traffic back in 7th after an epic save trying to get around Andrew Thornton. And Parker Burt, he might be the car to beat tonight. He has already picked up 10 spots. He's now up to 5th. Jackson McLean in 4th place. He is right on the lead group's back bumper. We did see tire wear become an issue at Irwindale last week. Could it be the issue, the deciding factor here tonight? Casey Pekela obviously not worried about it a bit. He just ran another fast lap, but Kevin Davis just outdid him. Kevin Davis just ran the fastest lap of the race. Casey Pekela way out front. He has already got 3/4 of a second lead over Byron Bartlett. Eddie Jones in third, right there with him. Oh, we almost had an incident there. Eddie Jones got right on the back bumper of Byron Bartlett. Manages to hold off though. Kevin Davis just beat his fastest lap. There's a couple of guys out here really storming through this field. Joseph Smith looking to make up some ground. Has not been able to get around Andrew Thornton yet. A little further back, Ignacio Adams, after getting turned on that last caution, is making his way back. He's up to 11th now. Ed Jones, the dad, is in 12th. And Jason Blatz in 13th. Casey Pekela continues to run faster and faster laps and open up his lead just a little bit. He's now up to a second over Byron Bartlett as Eddie Jones now looking to the inside. Hasn't been able to get there yet. Will he get him in 3? He really drove it into 3 that time, but Byron just is making it so hard to get around that car. He's carrying so much speed through 3 and 4. Eddie Jones seems to catch him every time out of turn 2, but just can't get the pass made in 3 and 4. Jackson McLean in 4th place, holding on to that position, and Parker Burt in 5th. Now has Andrew Thornton all over the back bumper, and here comes Joseph Smith. He's closed back up on him. And it's going to be a 3-car battle for 5th place as now Joseph Smith looking to the bottom. Oh, a little bit of a wiggle. We've got, oh, Andrew Thornton skips by, but Joseph Smith gets caught. Caution is out. Looked like Parker Burt was pushing extremely hard. Up off 4, gets loose. Joseph Smith tried to avoid him, had nowhere to go. They get together and go around. Looks like Ed Jones might have been collected in this as well. Oh, Ed Jones just gets into the turn a little too hot and gets up into Ignacio Adams. This is not what Casey Pekela wanted to see, though. He had had a pretty decent lead and was extending it every single lap. Frank Houle, who was not involved in anything, is on pit road. Tyler Ziegler also coming to pit road. Could this be a strategy move, getting some fresh tires to give themselves an opportunity to come through the field? Casey Pacella still out front. Byron Bartlett holding on to second. Eddie Jones was all over that back bumper, though, in third place. Jackson McLean in fourth. Andrew Thornton now up to fifth. Joseph Smith in sixth place. Kevin Davis in seventh. Terry Duguay in 8th, Jason Blatz in 9th, Ignacio Adams in 10th, Ed Jones is 11th, Fred Hula is 12th, Parker Burnt is on pit road, currently being scored in 13th, and it looks like Tyler Ziegler is also on pit road and may lose a lap here. Should be getting the one to go this time by. Tyler Ziegler still on pit road. He has not been back up. 1 to green. They start to stack back up side by side. Parker Burnt catching back up to the back of the field. He is the last car on the lead lap in 13th place. All right, pace car about to dive off. Fans watching from over on the hill up there. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air. And Casey Pacalla gets down and away again and looks like he's going to beat Byron into turn 1. But here comes Eddie Jones on the inside for second place. That gets a little sketchy off of turn 2. Down into turn 3, Eddie Jones still looking to the inside, can't get the run yet. Jackson McLean in 4th, Andrew Thornton in 5th. Joseph Smith back in 9th, starting to make his way, trying to make his way forward. It looks like he might have taken a bit much damage. Looks like that car is struggling. Byron Bartlett holding off a hard-charging Eddie Jones. They almost get together. Eddie Jones seems to get into the corner way better, both in 1 and 3, but Byron beats him off the corner. Might end up seeing Eddie Jones back up his corner entry a little bit, set it in, and he might start. There it goes. He did it that time, backed up the corner a little bit on entry, and now he's got the run off of 2 down into 3. Eddie Jones for second place, drifts up a little bit in the middle of 3 and 4. He is pushing that car. They've got to be careful off turn 4 to not get loose. Drag race down the front straightaway for second. And Jackson McLean hiding out right there, just waiting for an opportunity. A little bit of a blink out of Kevin Davis. As he dives down to the inside on Andrew Thornton. Now they're going to drag race. We've got 2 battles going on at the front of the pack as Byron is continuing to hold Eddie Jones off. Eddie really sends it into turn 1 that time. He gets the nose ahead off of turn 2. They're almost touching wheels. Down into turn 3, Eddie sends it in again. Oh, a little drift off of turn 4. Eddie gets into him just a little bit. Manages to save it despite the back end trying to go around on him. Down into 1. And Byron is not giving up second without a fight. He is fighting back hard on the outside, but it looks like he's going to lose second, possibly third, as Jackson McLean takes advantage on the inside. And Kevin Davis is right there as well. Holy cow, Jackson was down on the apron and lost the back end. Manages to save it coming off turn 4. holds on to 4th place, but now here comes Kevin Davis to the outside. Kevin Davis crossover move down to the bottom. And Andrew Thornton now looking on the outside of Kevin Davis. Oh, Andrew gets the wall. Joseph Smith's car really ailing right there as Ed Jones has went off track and into the inside wall. Off of turn 2, looks like I don't think he got touched on that one. If he did, it was a netcode incident, but you could definitely tell that car got really unsettled off of turn 2. Casey Pacella out front by 9/10 of a second now over Eddie Jones, who after several laps of side-by-side battling with Byron takes 2nd. Byron holding on to 3rd now. Jackson McLean in 4th. Kevin Davis in 5th. Andrew Thornton in 6th is caught back up after hitting the outside wall right there last time by. Parker Burnt in 7th, Jason Blatz in 8th, Terry Duguay in 9th, and Ignacio Adams in 10th. Joseph Smith in 11th had high hopes for this race, but after that incident, the damage to that car seems to be really affecting the handling and its speed as we've got a battle for 3rd. Jackson McLean down to the inside. Oh! Byron gets a little bit of the wall. He manages to save it. Actually, Byron got a lot of the wall. His right sides were halfway up the safer barrier. Jackson McLean now to 3rd. And now Byron has to fight off a hard-charging Kevin Davis. Casey Pacella had a 9/10 of a second lead, but he better watch closely in his mirror because Eddie Jones is coming. He's picking up about a 1/10 of a second a lap. And he just ran his fastest lap of the race. Actually, looking through the times, he just ran the fastest lap of anybody. No, I stand corrected. The fastest lap is by Kevin Davis, a 28.07. Eddie Jones just ran a 28.11. And he is closed down to half of a second. Meanwhile, Jackson McLean in 3rd, starting to open up a little bit of gap on Byron. And Kevin Davis is sending it into turns 1 and 2 every single lap. He is looking to move up here as well. Eddie Jones closing the gap even more. Now 3/10 of a second. Now a 1/4 of a second. Casey Pacella is going to have a mirror full of Eddie Jones in just a moment. Eddie Jones just ran his fastest lap of the race. He obviously has figured out the long run here at Phoenix because these other guys ran it early in the run. Later in the run, Eddie Jones is coming toward the front. Already starting to look to put the nose inside. Can't quite get there in 1. The battle for 3rd continues as Byron tries to hang on to the back bumper of Jackson McLean. Kevin Davis has fallen off just a little bit, not able to hang with the 3rd and 4th place car, and Andrew Thornton is trying to close in. As we have a lap car on the high side, that is Joseph Smith moving up high to let the leaders by. Back up front, the battle for the lead continues. Casey Pacella just trying to run his line and be consistent. Eddie Jones is sending it in there every lap. Oh, Ziggy is telling me that Tyler Ziegler has another 3 minutes of repairs on that car. A bit of a heartbreak for him as he was extremely fast in practice. Meanwhile, up front, Eddie Jones all over that back bumper of Casey Pacella. Eddie Jones really coming on late in the run. Terry Duguay crash caution. And it looks like he just got loose off of turn 2. Gets a little bit of a tap there, but he got airborne. Comes out of turn 2 and was trying to avoid the car on the wall. Ducks down to the inside, catches the apron off the part of the road course there. Jumps the car across the field. You know what? A bit of a heartbreak for Terry as now his engine's blowing up, but you got to admire the skill here. Watch this. Jumps it, sticks the landing with the drift. Had the other car not been there, he would have had that one perfectly straightened out. It was looking like an awesome save for a moment. Now this caution, it doesn't really benefit either of the top 2 drivers. They were both battling nose to tail. However, guys like Jackson McLean, Byron Bartlett, and Kevin Davis have another shot at it. Joseph Smith is on pit road. He is getting his repairs done. Ignacio Adams also on pit road. That was the car that got into Terry as Terry was landing and drifting through the backstretch dogleg. Eddie Jones in second has the opportunity to start on the outside here. This might give him the advantage. He can try and pin Casey Pacella down. But remember, Jackson McLean has been sitting back there. He's picked up every position tonight just based on watching and waiting for the opportunity. If these 2 top drivers make a mistake, he is going to get past them. Byron Bartlett, extremely fast early in the run. With just under 20 laps to go, he might have another chance. As his tires are cooling off, it might give him another opportunity here. And of course, Kevin Davis, who has had the fastest lap of the night, marched his way through the field a couple of different times, is back in 5th. And what about Parker Burnt, who started back in 15th? He is all the way up to 7th. Kyle Martin, who started in 16th and is up into the top 10 in 9th. All right, they stack back up, getting ready for what could be the final restart of the race. Side by side could be a lot of chaos here. As Eddie Jones tries to take the lead and Casey Pacella is going to try and hold him off. Pace car is in. Green flag back in the air. It'll be 18 to go at the line. Off into turn 1, side by side. Casey Pacella gets a little bit of an advantage off of turn 2. But here comes Eddie Jones back on the high side this time. And he is trying to hold back Jackson McLean, who has waited. Every pass he has made has just been based on finding an opportunity. He found an opportunity here. Eddie Jones now drifting back to 3rd. Byron Bartlett in 4th, still there. And look, Kevin Davis, who has been coming through this field rather quickly, back in 5th. And now Eddie Jones starting to look back to the bottom for 2nd. Pushes it through 3 and 4. They almost touch. Coming out of 4, Eddie Jones is going to take 2nd. 16 laps to go. Can Eddie Jones stay with him? Can he make the move? Eddie Jones just ran the fastest lap of the race by a lot. He ran a 28-second flat lap. But he can hang right on the back bumper of Casey Pekela. Can he get around him? Plus, you got Jackson McLean back here fighting for the win as well. Byron Bartlett and Kevin Davis still in contention. Off of turn 2, 15 laps to go. Caution, Ignacio Adams. Out of turn 2, the car just gets loose on him. Gets a little tap once he gets sideways, gets it turned around, but enough to pull a caution. Casey Pekela and Eddie Jones, this battle might go down to the wire. As the sun goes down, things are getting a bit interesting. And we've got a car spinning on the back straightaway. I believe that was Parker Burnt. And, oh, he had to get on the brakes to make sure he didn't hit the other cars as he was catching up to the pace car. Just got a little too much of the brakes there. Cars lining up side by side. Lights are out on the pace car. It's getting dark and the track lights have not kicked on yet. This could get very, very, very interesting for the drivers. Road racing cars like your GT3s, your GTEs, they all have lights. These mods do not, and the track lighting does not appear to be on right now. It's going to make things very exciting for the end of this race. All right, coming out of turn 4. I have to stay close in to watch him as the lights are on the pace car, but nowhere else. Pace car is in and green flag is in the air. It'll be 12 to go at the line. This is going to get really, really, really interesting here in a second. Oh! Big one right at the front. Everybody involved. It looks like Eddie Jones, who was on the outside. The car down to the inside, which I believe was Casey Pekela, just snapped loose a little bit. Gets into him and sends him to the outside wall. They both go around, and everybody back behind stacks back up. I don't think a single car survived that incident. Just drifted up in the middle of the corner, and yeah, just about every car gets caught in that. You see everybody back behind. There is Davis, and he's got nowhere to go. Nobody had anywhere to go. And as far as I can tell, nobody made it through unscathed. And this is definitely going to shake up the running order. Everybody's going to have to hit pit road if they still have a repair. It's like Kyle Martin is still out there trying to get a look and see how much damage his car has. I think he might be trying to figure that one out as well. Jason Blatt's now up to second. Joseph Smith is now up to third. No, it looks like Kevin Davis will have third. We'll have to wait and see. Everybody trying to sort themselves out. A little bit tricky in the dark. They'll have just under 10 laps to go when the green flag flies. And this is going to get really sketchy because any incident on track is going to pile up the whole field in the dark. All right, a lot of drivers coming to pit road for repairs. Ignacio came down. Andrew Thornton came down. Jackson McLean came down. Ed Jones came to pit road. Casey Pacella came to pit road. Looks like, yeah, everybody in the top 5 basically prior to this caution came to pit road. It's about to get very, very interesting, or could be anarchy. As you can see, the track lighting not coming on. All right, lights are out on the pace car. How many more laps can they get in? Can they get to the end of the race? In the dark, there's a little bit of, while these guys are trying to sort out. Looks like looks like Kyle Martin will have the lead. Kevin Davis in second. Jason Blatz in third. Jackson McLean in fourth. Joseph Smith now in fifth. Casey Pacella in sixth. Parker Burnt in seventh. Andrew Thornton 8th. Ed Jones is 9th. Fred Houle is 10th. Ignacio is 11th. Eddie Jones in pit road in 12th. Looks like Parker Burnt just went to pit road. Looks like about 7 cars on the lead lap. Lights are out on the pace car, and you can definitely tell. Pace car is in. They're going to go for it. Green flag is in the air, and all the lights just went out. All the track lights are out. They're going to be driving blind out here and expect a bunch of chaos, and there it is. Looks like Joseph Smith got caught. Just could not see what was happening around him. Gets into another car. Several cars collected in that. Tyler Ziegler, who just got back up off of pit road, gets caught in that mess. That's got to be a heartbreaker, as he's been on pit road. He stuck it out, just trying to make it to the end.
Hey, Doug, you there?
Oh, yeah, I got you.
So they're going to confer, and we're going to reset. Well, we're going to have the finishing order set with the 3 admins. I will be back with you with your top 3.
Okay. And it sounds like they're going to make some adjustments on the fly here. They're going to reset back a little bit and call the top 3. Definitely an interesting situation, as the lights did not come on. Not sure if that was an iRacing glitch or what happened, but we'll find out who the officially scored top 3 are here in a moment. Obviously, these guys have lost all sense or ability to see. Let's hop in the cockpit with Kyle Martin, and you can see just how little the drivers can see right now. They've got the big air filter right in front of them, and you cannot see another car until you're right up on it. If it's on your right, you really can't see much at all because that air filter is in the way. And the guys are driving by the force right now. Just waiting on an update from the admins to see what the scoring is going to be, as it looks like somebody is down on a... Let's try and see who that was. There was somebody going around the track, and their left front tire is smoking, and they're dragging the ground. I think that was Jason Blatt. Jason Blatz is actually driving up the wall now. Yeah, they are definitely driving by the force at this moment in time. That might be the only way to get around the track at this moment, is just to ride the wall all the way around. To show you again, this is from Jason Blatt's car.
Hey, Doug.
Hey, Edmund.
So, the admin lap 53 is where we're going to call this because of the lights. We should have called it at that point. For whatever reason, I guess the stadium lights here are for show. The lights just didn't come on, so we're calling it at lap 53. And your top three are Casey Picala, me, and then Byron Bartlett.
All right, well, let's start with you then.
No, I'm sorry. Jackson McLean will be third.
Okay, now let's start with you. And first off, after the lights, after it got dark, what was it like out there?
It was pretty deadly. You couldn't see anybody. That's why we decided to call it at lap 53. Up to that point, it was great racing. It was a lot of fun. It
really was, and you have to be happy. You had one of the, I think you ended up with the fastest lap of the race, and by quite a big margin as you were storming towards the front.
Yeah, I love the setup. I can't thank Austin Edwards enough for providing these setups for us. The car's fast, man. Especially once those tires, and strangely enough, once they started getting wore in more, it just kept coming to me. And I felt like if we could have went green through the whole way, then maybe I could have got Casey, but it was fun.
Well, you definitely had the long run speed here tonight, and it paid off in the end, but hey, a great job finishing second.
Hey, thank you, Doug. Give me a second to speak to everybody and hand down our decision, and I'll have Casey jump in here and talk to you. I know Jackson McLean is unavailable.
Okay, sounds good. A bit of an odd situation. We'll have to look and see what happened with. We'll have to do some research as to why the lights didn't come on. What would be ironic is if they just suddenly came on here in a moment, like when the checkered flag drops. But Kyle Martin is still out there turning laps, and you got to give the guy a shout out because he didn't give up. He's going to try and drive through the force. All right, Tyler Ziegler was actually trying to drive around. And Casey, congratulations, man.
Oh, thank you. What a race.
What an interesting turn of events at the end.
Yeah, I guess the lights at Legacy Phoenix are just for show and don't actually work.
You know, I'm going to have to look because I could have swore I have driven a night race on Legacy Phoenix, but I'll have to confirm that.
I thought so too.
I'm wondering if it's a glitch, but regardless, it came out in your favor, and you had the fastest run. Early on, you were putting down some really fast laps, but it seemed like the car was, you were one of the drivers, the car was going away just a little bit. You were having to drive a little defensively.
Yeah, going through 1 and 2 towards the end there, I was getting pretty tight, and Eddie behind me, every couple of laps I'd check and he'd gain another 10th on me, so I was doing a little bit of, I'll admittedly say I was doing a little bit of mirror driving, seeing what line he was running. I tried to match it and I just couldn't. He definitely saved his tires better than I did, and good for him. It sucks that we couldn't actually race out to the finish, but you know what, I'll take the win.
Yeah, it was going to be a close one, that was for sure. And you definitely put on some entertaining moments starting, let's see, where did you start? You started in second place. You dropped back a little bit early. You had a couple of interesting moments throughout the race. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's a miracle that that I ended up where I did. But you know what? Gotta take them where you can. It was a little sloppy at the beginning there for everyone, but we really straightened it out there. Got some good, clean green flag racing in. So can't complain.
You definitely can't. You get the win tonight. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, so Casey Pacala gets the win, although Kyle Martin has actually completed the race. And I will tell you, I'm looking real quick because I know he's gotten the wall a couple of times since it got dark. So definitely an interesting way to finish the race. And props to Kyle Martin for pulling it off at the end of the race, getting up there and going out and just completing laps. And you know what? This is the view from Kyle's car. I do not know how he is doing it. I mean, seriously. I kind of see where he goes. You're going to have to go by the darker spot. I think that's what he's doing, driving through that. But great job, Kyle. Great job to Casey Pacala and Eddie Jones, first and second place. Byron in third. Great racing out of everybody until it got dark. And thank you guys so much for watching what turned out to be a very interesting turn of events at the end of the night. Don't forget to tune in Wednesday night. We will have more great racing. Tomorrow night, I'll be in the car, possibly joining some of these guys. Maybe at the Topless Tuesdays race. We'll have to wait and see. That could be a total and utter embarrassment. We'll have to wait and see. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all had a wonderful night, got some laughs, and enjoyed some great racing. We'll see you tomorrow.